Hi, welcome to Seymour's World. I'm Seymour Kazimirski on ThinkTech Hawaii. There's a couple of things different about me today. The first one is you'll notice I have not shaved for the last 11 days. And most of you know why I have not shaved, but I want to tell the rest of you. It is Movember, and it is Cancer Awareness Month for men, especially prostate cancer. So there are 175 of us in my group. You may join if you like. Just email me or text me, who are not shaving for this month. And because we're not shaving for this month, on November the 30th, if you send me your picture on the next show, your picture will be on Seymour's World, which will be broadcast around the world. So if you're interested in it, please join me. I don't know if I should let you join me now because it's not fair. You have less time in than we do. But as you can see, mine is growing pretty well. The second reason is because I have a wonderful guest here today. Her name is Skylar. And I met Skylar at the hospital, at Kapiolani Hospital, while we were doing our Make 'Em Smile program. I think at the time she was 12 years old, and she was suffering from various problems she'll tell us about. And I fell in love with this young lady because of her attitude, because of her ability to take whatever is coming at her, and she just takes it and says, I can work with it. So without further ado, may I introduce you to Sky. Hi, Sky.
Hi.
Do I call you Skylar or Sky?
You can call me whatever you want.
I will call you Skylar. Now, today, when I met you, you were 12. Today, you are how old?
13.
You're 13. And tell us a little bit about yourself. Where do you go to school?
Well,
what do you do?
I am currently at Le Jardin Academy in Kailua. I have just started there this year because my mother thought that I could go above and beyond with my academics at a different school. And so we moved from my current school, and now I am in Kailua, and it is a wonderful school.
And you love it?
I love it, and I
how
love
are you
going
doing
to school.
in school?
I believe I am doing well. I am doing well for being a new kid there.
Very good, very good. Now, can you tell us about how we met? We met in the hospital. Tell us what you were doing in the hospital.
Well, the first time I was in the hospital recovering from my third diagnosis, which is a diagnosis called lupus, and it's actually a very rare autoimmune disease. And this guy came in and asked if I would like to hear some music, and to myself I thought, well, this has never happened. And so lo and behold, a year later, when we were driving here, my mom told me that was yours. Make 'Em Smile is yours, and I was so excited to meet you because I love Make 'Em Smile. They're so awesome there, and they just make everyone in the hospital happy. Like even from the nurses to the people at the playroom to the people who are listening. It's so fun to see them play.
Well, we love doing it, and you know why we mostly love doing it?
Why?
Because of people like you.
Thank
Because
you.
if we can put a smile on your face, even for a few minutes, it makes it all worth it. Now, you have lupus,
Yes.
right? Can you tell the audience what lupus is all about?
Well, lupus is like I said, it's a very rare autoimmune disease where no two cases are the same. And with my case, it's that I have to watch my sun exposure, and so I have to wear sun-safe clothing. I have to wear a hat, obviously, even inside a room, because ambient light, meaning light coming from windows or outside into the room, I can still get flare-ups from that. I have to sun-safe clothing, sunscreen. I can still go outside. Doesn't mean that I have to stay inside all day. It just means that I have to watch it because it'll make my joints hurt. Sometimes my eczema will act up. All kinds of things can happen. And so I was diagnosed with that when I was 11, actually. And it's been 2 years this month that I've had it. And it wasn't really so much as to say a bad thing. It was more of a learning experience because it's not many people have it. It's different. It's not a bad thing. It's not a worst experience. But it's not a good thing. It's more of a learning experience because you can learn from it. It's more of a challenge than it is a bad thing.
What is the treatment for it?
The treatment, well, there are a lot of treatment options. Some of them have been discontinued because of the side effects from it. My first treatment option was a chemotherapeutic drug that I take orally, and it was called mycophenolate. And it's just this little white liquid, and it's a very small dosage. But the only side effects is that my hair thins out a lot, and that it sometimes it doesn't work all the time. And so with me, we tried it for like 2 years, I think, almost no, like a year and a half maybe. And then I guess something started happening, and so recently my blood test showed that I've plateaued in the numbers, meaning that I haven't been changing. Nothing's been going bad, but nothing's been getting better. And so with that, we switched over to another treatment plan, which is called Cytoxin, and it's actually a treatment plan that is used for cancer patients as well. And so when you said you were doing that for November, that actually reminded me of it. And but for lupus patients, it's actually such a small dose. You don't lose your hair. Nothing happens. No, it doesn't even thin out. It doesn't do anything.
Is it helping you?
It helps. The only side effects is I get nauseous and I don't have an appetite, because that's the same thing that happens with cancer patients, just on a larger scale. And so with me, my third round of chemo is coming up, and been going well so far, and hopefully it goes the same way.
How often do you go into the hospital?
At least twice a week.
Twice a week you go in?
At least.
Wow.
Yeah.
And did you say you're 23 years old?
No, I said I'm 13.
13, oh, God. Because just the way you speak, you know all your medications, you know everything that's going on with your body, and you know what the treatments are like, and you know what the after effects are like. That's amazing. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be, it's kind of a lengthy thing, a triple board certified infectious disease doctor. And with triple board certified means basically there are 3 boards that have to certify you, obviously, to become a triple board certified doctor. And it's basically you can work anywhere at any level because you've got that certification. And my mom's friend is actually a triple board certified psychiatrist, I think, here on Kauai. And she inspired me to become that because I really am passionate about medicine.
Wow. Sky, I want to ask you a little bit about your friends, because you go to school.
Yes.
And you have lots of friends. You're a very precocious young lady.
Thank you.
You have the biggest smile in the world. Is it difficult for you because they can do things that you can't do, or is it something you accept?
Well, it's something I accept. A while back, I was getting a little depressed and stuff, and so I started hanging out with the wrong people. And then I talked to my mom about it, and he said, you got to surround yourself with people that like you for who you are and want to spend time with you, because I think that was the reason I was a little depressed, because it's just nobody wanted to hang out with me. It's hard for me to make friends at school because I can't do all the stuff that they do. And so, but after that, after I moved, the feeling at Les Jardins is just, it's so much more different than my old school. Like, everybody wants to help, everybody wants to, give you the best experience at school. And so I actually used to hate going to school. And then I didn't like it so much. I mean, I would go to school because I loved seeing my friends and stuff. But, like, when we had to do, like, PE and stuff, I would hate that subject because I couldn't do the stuff like everybody else did. I couldn't do volleyball. I couldn't go out to recess. I couldn't do those things. And so, but then at Les Jardins, I switched over, and it was like almost like a whole new world. And I know that song.
I think, Skylar, that if you keep that attitude up, you will finish school. You will become a triple board certified doctor, and people will want you to speak to them around the world. They'll want you in China, they'll want you in South America, they'll want you to come and talk to them because you have the right attitude. about what's going on in your life. It's a tough life. It's so strange. Just before we came on, I had a commentary called Turning Pain into Purpose. And now I realize how that may have affected you, because it's very similar to what you're going through, where you have to think about your future and not dwell on what all of your illnesses are and everything that you have to do. Good for you.
Thank you.
Now, let's talk about some wonderful new things that are happening in your life. You know that I'm a business consultant, and as a business consultant, I help people open up businesses, start businesses, do business plans, and all that stuff. I understand that you are in business.
Yes.
All right. Can you tell us what you are doing in business?
Well, my business is a SunSafe business, and yes, I know there are hundreds of SunSafe businesses, but I like to think of mine as different as that, because we aren't for profit. We are actually a non-profit SunSafe business, and we are a certified 501c3. But for us, my business is, where's the logo? Oh, Hi Sky.
Hello.
Yes, and
yes,
I gave you a hat because you are wonderful. We wanted to give you a hat.
Well, I love this hat, and I have to say that your mom helped match it, because you know I'm colorblind, so it has to match my shirt. So thank you, Irma, for making sure that I'm all color coordinated here, because my wife has to match my socks. She has to match everything that I wear, because very often I come out looking like a clown, you know, with all different sorts of colors on me. And I had to live with that when I was young, too. All the kids would pick on me, and they'd all say, you're colorblind, you're different, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I felt like I was bullied a lot and all that stuff, but look how I turned out. So I feel pretty good about that, just like you. So I want to know about your business. First of all, you didn't hire me to be your business consultant. I guess you didn't need me, huh?
I didn't know.
That's okay. Tell us about your business.
Know.
Go ahead.
Like I said, my business is a SunSafe business, and it's just me, my mom, and my auntie, and some of my mom's friends help, but you don't officially get paid. Mom tries to pay them, but they say no.
Okay.
My mom is actually the marketing office manager. The acronym for that is MOM.
Who's the president?
Me. I am
You're
the
the
CEO
president of the
and the
company.
president.
Okay.
Of
And is she a good employee?
Yes. I give my mom job security.
You give her job security. And does she get paid?
Yes.
What, hugs and kisses? Is that
Hugs and kisses.
Good, good. That works. That works.
And thank yous.
And thank yous. So you are selling all of these hats?
Yes.
How do you sell them?
This is actually just a small portion of it. We have a website, but it is currently under construction. We want to make it into a more user-friendly platform. And so my mom mainly gets orders from email, from social media, or just regular texting, or Twitter, or Facebook, or Instagram. Yeah,
that's wonderful. Well, we're going to put your current website up for people to see.
Okay.
All right, so that'll go on air, and they can they order off the website?
They can, but it doesn't have all of our styles.
Okay,
it
so you
have our most current styles.
Everything that we see here are hats. Are there other products that you have besides hats?
Yes, we have shirts that I don't think they're on the website, and so if they want to order it, they would have to, email my mom. Our email, our Twitter, our Instagram, and our Facebook are on the website, as always. We're working on water bottles.
And they all say Hi Sky?
Yes.
I love your logo.
The water bottles actually have Hi Sky etched into the water bottle, so it's not
cool.
like painted on, so it won't wash off.
Cool.
We have stickers, so people put them on their hydro flask. They put it on their cars. They put it on their computers.
Wow.
They put it everywhere.
Well, we're going to talk about everything that you have for sale after a break, because we have to take a little short commercial break. And then we want to talk about all your products. And then we want to talk about whether your marketing manager is doing a good job or not.
Marketing office manager, Mom.
Okay, we'll talk about her afterwards, okay?
Yes.
We're going to take a short break. I'm Seymour Kazimirski at Seymour's World with Skylar, a young lady who is 13 years old who has decided to help herself by paying for her medical bills through the sale of her own products. We'll talk about that after. See you in a minute.
Hi, I'm Donna Blanchard. I'm the host of Center Stage here on the ThinkTech Digital Series. The show is every Wednesday from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, and I want you to watch this show because I think that when we talk with artists on the show about what they do, how they do it, and most importantly, why they do it, I believe that it resonates within each of us, and we find something inside of ourselves that brings us closer to all of humanity. That's what arts are there to do, and that's what I'm here to do on this show. That's Center Stage. It's on every Wednesday from 2 to 3 o'clock. I hope to see you there.
Hi, welcome back to Seymour's World. I'm Seymour Kazimirski, bearded because of Movember. I'm wearing a Skylar hat because of our friend Skylar, who is a 13-year-old young lady who I have to tell you is probably the youngest business person we've had on my show. And I've had a lot of people on my show who are young, but I don't think anybody as young as 13. So you started this at 11 years old.
Yes.
And why did you decide that this is necessary?
Well, it goes a while back. Before I started it, it wasn't a business per se. It was more of just a line for kids. And the thing was, the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Have you heard of that?
Of course.
It is an awesome foundation. They actually came to my mom and said, have you ever thought of Skylar getting a wish? And at that point, we didn't really think of that. And when I started thinking about it, I didn't really want anything for myself. I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to meet anyone. I didn't watch much TV.
So they offered you a wish?
They offered me a wish, and I said, why don't I give the money appropriated for my wish to the Histiocyte Foundation in Cincinnati, because that entails one of my diagnoses, and there's hardly any research for it. And so they said, no, you can't do that, because there was no category to give your wish away. And then I said, well, why don't I design a sun-safe hat line for kids? And they said they've never had a wish like that. They've never had an idea where it was still to give, but it was partly for myself. I mean, I got to design stuff, but that's about all I did.
But it's such a great idea because sun sensitivity is obviously, everybody has it. I've got places where I've had things burned off my face and all that stuff. If I would have worn a hat when I was younger, at your age, I probably wouldn't have a lot of the sun problems that I have. So what you're doing is not just for kids, Skylar. What you're doing is for everybody. So everybody can buy these hats, and I think they're going to put up the Facebook page now so that they can see where they can get your stuff. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay, so now tell us about your Facebook page.
That is obviously on my Facebook page. My mom regularly, that is one of our new hats that my auntie actually hand sews every single custom hat.
Wow. So you can get them custom made as well, not just the way we see?
Every single custom one is a onesie, meaning that they are one of a kind. No one else on this earth will have one like that.
Wow.
At least not a High Sky one.
That is wonderful.
Yeah, and my mom posts new ones regularly, but the thing is, people have to order very quick because they sell out so fast.
They sell out quickly.
This one time, my mom posted it on, and then 5 minutes later, it was sold.
Oh, that is so cool. You know what? I think we have to elevate her as your business consultant.
I know.
And you don't have to pay me, but as your business consultant, maybe we should move her up to vice president.
I know, right?
Do you think we should? Yeah. Well, you consult with your board of directors, whoever's on your board of directors, and you decide whether your mom should get a raise.
Yes.
Now, you can give her a multiple raise, maybe more hugs, more kisses, but whatever it takes, if she would, because she's got a lot of work to do.
Yes,
right?
she does.
So I have to ask a very sensitive question to you, because I know that all these treatments you have are costing a lot of money.
Oh, yes.
So how do you handle that?
Well, High Sky helps with some of the treatment costs.
Sky meaning your company.
Yes, it's very little though. Insurance pays for most of it because I have this one where it's about $40,000, or no, $20,000. Never mind. Each bottle for one of my treatments is about this big, but it's $10,000.
$10,000.
And that is every 3 weeks, so that is a $20,000 treatment cost.
How often do you have to have
every
it?
3 weeks, but
Oh
insurance pays for most of it. It's just that it's a very expensive process to make the solution, and that's why it's so expensive. We are currently looking at another treatment plan but it involves going to the mainland. And so, excuse me, my mom had a fundraiser on Tilt, and I think she raised about $25,000 on it. And so I'm so proud of my mom.
Oh, that's so cool. But I have to ask you something. Do the proceeds of the hats make enough money for you to pay for the treatments?
No, not all the time, because I love giving back. That is one of my favorite things to do. Half of the proceeds also go to different nonprofits that have helped me, and so Make-A-Wish, Kapi'olani, my brother and sister's school, we actually made a hat line just for their preschool because they have helped us out so much, and countless others that I can't name.
You know something? People, when they hear your story and see your story on Seymour's World, you will probably get a lot of donations to try to help you out, and possibly they will buy the hats. So the big question of the day, how much are the hats?
They vary anywhere from $20 to $35. The customs vary from $30 to $35 depending on how much work went into them.
What about the one I'm wearing?
The one you're wearing, I think that's about $25.
$25, and it's terrific because, as I think I mentioned to you, I play a lot of golf and I play a lot of tennis, and it's got an air pocket in the back so that I can, get some air flowing through, and a big bill to keep the sun off and the glare off. I think it's great. Yeah. So they could buy it on the website. That's the only place they can buy it, right?
No, you can buy it on the website, but on Facebook, or the website also has our email, and so like I said, the website doesn't have all of our hats. Like, it doesn't have a lot of these that are on here because it's currently under construction. But our email is on the website, and if you like any of the hats here, or if you ask Mom about what kind of hat, or if you have a preference for color, you can email her or message her on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, and she will do her best to get you a seat. There's another picture of it.
There it is.
Those are some of ours.
Can I ask you a question, Skylar?
Yeah.
Since you're the boss and you're the president, could we get your mom to come in on the next segment, you think? Would that be all right?
She would love that.
All right, good. Let's get her on the next segment. But before we do, I'm going to put up, you have a special fundraiser coming up this weekend. It's this Saturday, and I think we can get this on camera. So it's this Saturday from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. And where is it going to be?
It is at the Pagoda Floating Restaurant.
And what's happening at this fundraiser?
Well, there's going to be a auction. There's going to be food and alcohol in case you want a glass of beer or something. And
where do the proceeds go?
Proceeds from that is going to go to my next treatment plan, which is going to be to the mainland. Mom has already picked out a facility, and we are hopefully going to get to go there. But we have to raise quite a bit of money, and that fundraiser is going to help us. Well,
these treatments that you need to get, Skylar, that is a lot of work for your mom, and of course very difficult for you because you have to undergo it, and school is an issue and all that stuff. This attitude that you have is so wonderful.
Thank you.
It is absolutely terrific. I think it's great.
Thank you.
Now, I do have a question for you about, you said you have other problems besides lupus.
Yes, I do.
What are they, dear?
Well, there are 3, and And because of that, I have a very lengthy medical record. I have something called Job syndrome, which is a genetic mutation. I have something called HLH, which is another autoimmune disease, and by the way, so rare as that no one survives from it. So I am the second known survivor in the entire state, and so that's kind of cool. And then I have lupus, and those are three. Hopefully, I don't get any more.
I just hope that you continue to do exactly what you're doing, honey, because it's easy for us people who are fairly healthy to say good luck, but I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I really do. You are a very, very special young lady, and I think you will find that people, when they see how honest you are and how positive thinking you are about your life and the way it's going, they will gravitate towards you, and you're going to become a leader. You will become a leader. You will be one of the people that people are going to look up to, and they're going to say, if she can do it, I can do it. And that's something very special. It's a wonderful responsibility to have, something that maybe 1 out of 100,000 people can do what you are doing. That's how good it is. So I'm really, 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 really happy that you're here with us.
Thank you.
We are going to be taking another short break, and then with your permission as president of the company, we're going to order your mother to come and sit with us.
Yes, I think you'll have to do that.
All right, good. And she is going to talk about her role in what's happening with your life.
Oh, my.
All right.
There's a lot to talk about.
Oh, well, we only have a few more minutes after the break, but we're going to do that, okay?
Okay.
All right. We're going to come back in a minute. My name is Seymour Kazimirski. We're on Seymour's World with Skylar, an amazing, amazing young woman who is only 13 years old, several medical conditions she has, a business that she is running herself to raise money for everything that she needs from the medication point of view. But if you heard her very clearly, she gives away some of the proceeds to other causes. How is that? Doesn't that grab you? We'll be back in a minute.
Thank you. And aloha. My name's Greg Markham, and I have the privilege of hosting Living Legend Lawyers, Hawaii's HSBA 3D project. During the duration of this project, which will last about a year, we're going to be interviewing lawyers with 3-digit numbers, those assigned numbers 100 through 999 throughout the state of Hawaii and the neighbor islands. So we're going to include the entire state. And we're going to be getting stories and anecdotal evidence from these, if you will, from these lawyers of great standing, have had tremendous impact on our legal environment, primarily for our membership, those interested in the community, and most particularly the young lawyers who we hope, whose now numbers over 10,000, we hope will learn a great deal from our senior members and their vast knowledge and experience. We'll be doing this every other Tuesday for about a year, and then putting an edited version together for our membership at the annual bar dinner. We're very, very happy about the participation of ThinkTech and their graciousness in allowing us to use their studio and to support this project. Thank you.
Hi, welcome back to Seymour's World. I'm Seymour Kazimirski. Very special program today. A 13-year-old survivor, Miss Skylar. We have her mom, Irma.
Hi.
Irma, welcome. I know we forced you to join us for this last segment. As most moms, you want everything for your child.
Sure.
And everything good for her, and she should be the light of your life. And she has been, obviously. She's been an amazing guest on our show today.
Thank you.
So I have to ask you, how do you do it?
How do I do it?
How do you handle this?
Well, it takes a village, right, to raise a child. But we have such a solid support network of friends and family and people in the community that have helped Skylar along the way. There's no way I could do this on my own. I mean, I'd end up at the funny farm in a heartbeat. But it actually works out. I mean, we have people from the high school that I attended, Mid-Pacific Institute here, all coming together to put on Skylar's fundraiser. We have friends who visit her in the hospital, friends who offer to bring us dinner. I mean, things like that might seem manini, but it's not. You know, it helps me be a mom full-time. And, you know, it's not just Skylar. She's got a younger brother and sister as well.
Right.
So it's a bunch of balls to juggle, but it somehow it works.
You're a
It
very
does.
strong woman.
Oh, thank you.
And I say that because I know how difficult it is when you have to juggle a lot of balls in the air.
Yes,
And
yes.
there are times that it's got to be extremely difficult.
Well, it's exhausting. Besides coffee making me a better mother, I think, our support network makes us, the people that we keep, the company that we keep helps to solidify whatever path we have to take. And then we have faith on our side as well. And so having that multifaceted support network definitely helps care for any child, whether they're well or sick or otherwise.
Skylar described very well all the treatments she's taken. And, I mean, I couldn't even understand a lot of what she has to go through.
Right,
but you
right.
are doing something special on the mainland?
Yes.
What is the treatment that's going on for that?
Well, because Skylar doesn't just have systemic lupus erythematosus, which is lupus, a systemic version of it, she has two other rare autoimmune diseases. Treating one can sometimes adversely affect the other. So our hope is to get something called a subspecialist, which is, in layman's term, a super specialist of a physician who has dealt with Job syndrome, which is a rare autoimmune disease, which is basically allergic response, just having an exponentially high allergic response to things. So our hope is to get a Job's syndrome specialist to look at Skylar holistically and not just the Jobs.
Where is he, or where is she?
He is in Baltimore.
Wow.
He's in Baltimore, but he has an entire team of physicians who work with patients who are immune compromised because of Job syndrome. So it's the multifaceted autoimmune challenges that someone may encounter. And so Skylar qualifies as being a rare case in that sense because of her narrative. So our hope is to get her to the East Coast. Now with that comes expenses, and my husband is the only one working at the moment, and we have High Sky, although it's a nonprofit. And so we're having this event, and what a blessing to have so many friends come forward saying, how can we help? And my friends from Mid-Pacific have just been phenomenal.
Let's repeat, it's this Saturday.
Yes, it's
at
this
the
Saturday.
Pagoda Hotel.
Yes.
From the time again?
The time is from 6 to 9 p.m.
6 to 9 p.m.
Yes.
And it's a silent auction?
We have a silent auction. We have everything from glass, beach glass jewelry to clothing and handbags and a guitar signed by the Eagles. We have scripts signed by movie stars, that people can purchase. And 100% of the proceeds will go to this trip that we are hoping
wonderful.
to make. Yes.
Count Sue and me in.
We will. We'll put
We
you
are
at the top of the list.
We will definitely come. Because
Wonderful.
You can't help but help this young lady.
Oh, well, and it'll be fun. You get to see how beautiful the people are that are really an integral part of helping to raise Skylar. It's not just me and my husband. It really is a whole global effort, really. And Hawaii is a testament to that. We have that community vibe that transcends across the ocean, and it's beautiful because even our friends who are Mid-Pacific graduates in California and on the East Coast, they're helping out. I mean, wow. There's no other adjective for that but wow.
Amazing.
Right? Yeah.
I have to put this up, and Zuri, if you could focus on this one. This is such an interesting piece. And I know we're talking about Skylar as a person who has problems, physical problems, but this young lady has done so much in her life. How did you get her to do the High Sky?
Skylar she was given the opportunity to have a wish granted, and you could wish to go somewhere, wish to be someone, wish to have, wish to see. There were all these different categories, but no category that was I wish to give. And since Skylar's wish, it's become a foundation level category where now children can give away. And so it took a whole team to put this together, everyone from wall to wall. They're a design company here in Honolulu. Graphic design, yep. Revolu Sun, the solar company, they came and sponsored hats where at her previous school, each child was gifted a sun-safe hat that they can wear to school, because Skylar was the exception where she was allowed to wear a hat because she needed to, medically speaking. Now the no hat rule is No more.
So the kids can wear hats
The kids
in school?
can wear hats in
And
school.
that's because of you, Skylar?
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So once her wish was granted, then we decided, okay, how do we keep perpetuating her wish? Because there's clearly some good feeling from giving back. And
Well, just the idea of sun sensitivity.
Yes.
You know, making sure the kids wear hats and they want to wear the hat
They do.
because it says High Sky. I
They
think
do.
that's fabulous.
And
I think
even
that's
at her
great.
new school, it's fantastic. She goes to Les Jardins. Their color is blue. Skylar calls this one Bulldog Blue because it's their mascot. And they've just been. The school itself, everyone from admin to facilities, they've been phenomenal with Skylar. And it's not even that Skylar is necessarily the one that they just cater to. They cater to all of their students that way. They make sure that they love coming to school and have that holistic, happy response.
So when do you go to, when is the Baltimore trip?
Well, right now, they are looking at 6,000 pages of medical files.
That's not even all of it, though.
That is only through August.
Oh, wow.
So they have, of this year. So they haven't even assessed September, October, and now November, which includes Skylar's chemotherapeutic infusions that she gets inpatient here. We also got to meet with some doctors in California, which was very helpful. But our hope is, as long as they can kind of comb through the medical files, then we'll know when we get the green light to go. So the green light would mean, okay, we've looked through everything, you have to come today. So our hope is within the next 3 months to get there.
That would be wonderful.
That would be wonderful. And Kapilani Hospital, Martha Smith, their CEO, is phenomenal. We see her at, getting blood draws, and she'll come and give us a hug and say, how can I help? It's, as challenging as it is, it really has shown how much support and love there is omnipresent in Hawaii.
We have to give a little bit of a kudos to Aaron Domingo.
Absolutely.
Who is
Yes.
a Make 'em Smile musician.
Yes.
A giver of all givers. He's
Yes.
a young man who really has done such a great job. He's been on our show twice.
He's fantastic.
Once as a musician, representing Make 'em Smile, and another time in his business, because he is in the wealth management business.
Right.
And he's just a terrific guy. He
And
introduced
he's been
us.
there. He's been there at
Right.
the hospital. That was
Right.
Skylar's first experience. And now every time there's Make 'em Smile at the hospital, Skylar puts in her request along with her meal. She's like, I'll have this and make sure Make 'em Smile's in there too.
Oh, that
With
is
Aaron.
cool.
With Aaron.
With Aaron. I think. Well, but you also
And
like
Jason.
Jason
I do
and
like Jason
and Johnny and all the other
but
guys that
Aaron
come.
is special.
He's a special guy to you.
Aaron is special.
Well, I think you're a very special person to us too. But I do have to ask you one more question, Skylar. I have to know about your dreams, because it's important that we understand. You said you wanted to become a doctor, and that takes a long time. It'll be maybe it'll be double your age before you can think about being a doctor. Do you have any dreams right now over the next short period of time?
Well, maybe. Obviously, I want High Sky to expand so that it's not just confined within Hawaii, because we're mainly based here in Hawaii. We have some in the mainland U.S. and we have one out of the country.
Yeah.
And but short term, what would it be? Short term, obviously, I'd like to become stronger. Physical therapy is helping with that. I'd like to start doing more things. I'd like to get into sports.
Uh-huh.
Swimming.
But you can.
Swimming.
It's a matter, and it's hard because at 13.
Yeah.
When I say short-term goals, that means tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
A goal like being into sports and all that, you have to give it time to happen. And that might take 6 months or 9 months or a year. But believe it or not, that's a short term.
That is a short term.
Because when you look at old guys like me, 70 and all that kind of stuff, you have to, or close to 70, I'm not 70 yet, but close to 70, you have to say to yourself, what's 1 year, right? If you have to wait a year until that short-term goal is yours. So take your time on it and just assume that everything is going to happen because you're going to make it happen. You're the one to do it. So I think that'll work for you. Now, I have to ask you a question I ask every guest that I have on this show. What is the best experience you've ever had?
Best experience I've ever had. Gosh, I've had a lot of experiences that I love there, like best experiences. Let's see. best experience I've had cannot be topped was my wish granting. I had two actually. There was one at the Trump Hotel here, and that was phenomenal. Never seen anything like it. It was a fashion show that were the hats I designed, and then there was another one where my wish granting was at my previous school when they gave every single kid a High Sky hat with the Merino logo on it, and that was amazing. And so those cannot be topped. Best experience I've ever had.
That is fabulous. Irma, how about you?
My best experience, you
Yeah.
know, I think we have that opportunity to perceive every day as the best experience. So there's ebb and flow, obviously, with with a child, but I think this morning was probably one of my best. It was just lying in bed, and all three children came and piled on me, and they all have very different personalities. So the way they hug is different. My son will go, "Give me a hug," and he's 8, and my younger one will practically stick to me like an opee. And then Skylar will be over there like rolling her eyes like the teenager
I
that
do
she
not
is.
do that.
But that being said, I think it's really challenging for me to quantify one specific experience as being the best. But every day has just been unfolding as it needs to. So because of the people that support us, I feel with every fiber of my being that it's been bliss, truly.
That is
Yep.
terrific.
Thank you.
Terrific.
Thank you.
It has been an absolutely wonderful time to have you on the show.
Oh, thank you for
Skylar.
having us.
And Irma, I'm glad we got you on here. Thank you to the president of the company for forcing the employee to do what the president said she should do, right? Good, good. She did a good job.
Yes.
Yeah. Will you take my recommendation for a raise and maybe
Yes,
a title
I will.
change to a vice president?
Yeah.
I think that would be terrific,
Yes.
Skylar. She really does deserve it, I think.
She does.
Well, you guys are wonderful. I
Thank
hope
you.
we can
Thank you
help
for
your
having us.
foundation, and I
Thank
hope
you.
people will come to the fundraiser.
Thank
This
you.
is this Saturday
This
at the
Saturday.
Pagoda Hotel
Yes.
at 6 o'clock,
Yes.
from 6 to 9.
Mhm.
And of course, your website has been on quite a bit of
Mhm.
time, so people can get to it and
Mhm.
get you on Facebook and buy some hats
Right.
and donate some money to you. You have an amazing journey ahead of you.
We do.
You've had an amazing journey to get here so far, and it's nothing compared to what's ahead of you. It'll be wonderful. You'll see. Everything will turn out all right, because usually it does.
It does.
Which is wonderful.
Mhm.
So, I want to wish you all farewell. It's been a terrific show today. Just a marvelous young lady with a great story and something we can all sit back on and say, my God, look at this young woman at 13 years old, how she is taking care of herself and doing what it takes. Be well. Have a wonderful week. See you next week. I'm Seymour Kazimirski on Seymour's World at ThinkTech Hawaii.